don't know how to deal with resolving issues, de-escalating stuff. I also talked about the people that was with Takeoff and Quavo. They're not real security. You know what homie security don't know how to do? De-escalate. Yo, let me just remove one person from the situation that we don't get to the guns. When you have the homies around, they only know one gear. Go.
Hello.
Hi.
You're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, she's back.
Very recharged, refreshed.
You weren't replaced, by the way. We just shot a video with that.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to replace me, but like nobody can replace the one and only Jay. You see me out here.
We're still trying. Looking for applicants. But
wow.
Welcome back to another episode of The Bridge Reacts. Thank you so much for staying tuned to our podcast, our video stuff. Wherever I'm going with that. Video cast. Or YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the engagement, for the comments, the likes, the subscriptions to everyone. This is the first time we're back into like the studio since we recorded the first 3-4 videos. Yeah. Appreciate you guys.
We do.
Yeah. Today's video we're watching who are we watching today? So as we all know, in recent events, Amigos artist Takeoff was killed. He lost his life due to unnecessary circumstances, and kind of just going over what may have transpired to lead to this, and basically, of course, the ongoing problem in our community when it comes to, yes, us as black men, this over-aggressiveness, this not wanting to protect each other, pulling out weapons for the smallest things. Yes. Because then even been a father potentially, but he's definitely a son, brother, cousin, I imagine a nephew, and he is gone because of this. If you like the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button as well. The original creator of this video is going to be DJ Academics. Take a look at his channel as well. Let's get into the video. It's a sad intro.
Let's check it out now. Well, goddamn it, people. Now, in the most interesting and unfortunate turn of events, we all know that Takeoff died from a stray bullet when there was an argument that initially started from the aftermath of a dice game that turned into other things. Quavo tried to walk away, and when he tried to walk away, someone tried to swing on him. People then pulled out weapons, gunshots were traded, and yes, if you don't know, there were 2 other people hit, 1 woman and 1 man. They're saying that Takeoff was shot in the head and in the torso, okay? Now, they're saying they're done with pretty much everything they need to do with the body. It's not that complicated. It's a simple shooting. That the primary cause of death is penetrating gun wounds to the head and torso into the arm. Now, if you guys don't know the narrative behind this, it's supposedly said that while gunshots were fired, Takeoff, who was jumping into a possible situation because Quavo just got punched on, or somebody was swinging on him, kind of in the middle of where gunshots were being fired. Somebody pulled out a gun.
Yeah, a big thing of this was that the bullet wasn't even meant for him. And he might talk more about this in the video, but give a little bit more context to it. So they're all at this event that was closed down for the night for them. And it was, I guess you can say, was it Jazz Prince? One of the sons of Jay Prince in Houston. They run a lot of, I guess, mob ties. They run a lot of the stuff in Houston, right? In the music industry. Basically, allegedly, Jazz Prince's team, people who were more affiliated with the Migos and Quavo, they actually had the weapons or the guns. Everyone else was searched, and they shouldn't have had guns at all. So it's like it was coming really from his team. Or people that were his crew, his entourage. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of more than likely alcohol involved. You mix that with a lot of ego and pride, and then stuff like this happens.
And that Eric bullet basically then struck him in the head. I hear he was killed upon impact, and before he could even fall to the ground, he also got shot again. This was some stupid stuff, man. And what I mean by that,
Senseless.
It might have been friendly fire. It might have also just been a case of dudes that just don't know how to aim. Alcohol, drugs, ego, all of these things add into the situation. But unfortunately, they always say, and they've always said this saying, bullets ain't got no name. So that one unfortunately ended up killing him, and he got hit multiple times. I send prayers for everybody involved. I guarantee you that this won't be any positive outcome. These were couple groups of men that were supposed to all be on the same page that went out. They had, of course, women around, and of course, liquor and drugs. And of course, out of male ego and competition, people were going back and forth in terms of talking ish. And that later ended up with people being outside after the venue was closed.
It also comes from, too, like, obviously we weren't born back in, like, the 80s or 70s or anything like that. But, like, what my father tells me, or, like, a lot of older black men say, like, always use your fist when you want to solve issues or problems. What you added now.
I was going to say a real man handles problems with his fists, not with guns.
Yeah. The thing about that is that, like, if everyone now has a gun, then it's like, how do you try to stay true to that? Like, I'm gonna go with the old mentality. I'm just gonna be out here with my fists. I'm gonna be,
Well, I mean, you don't bring knives to a gunfight.
You don't bring fists to a gunfight.
Yeah,
either.
no. I mean,
That's
if you know that your ops have guns, then obviously be in your best interest to also stay protected. It's unfortunate that it doesn't solve the problem. I think it ultimately comes back to the community. Why are we glorifying violence and drugs and alcohol and that type of thing? I think it comes back to kind of like our spirit as a community. We're very damaged. Community needs healing, and I don't know how you start that, but one way might be to promote different things.
One thing that goes around with this, they're kind of saying that, like, this is a factor or an outcome of rap or music or industry, stuff like that. This is not rap. This is not hip hop. This was not even anything about music. This wasn't any street. This wasn't music beef. It wasn't even street beef, really, because like exactly what he was just saying. They're all technically on the same team. They were all cool with each other. So it's like, it wasn't like any kind of like street beef either. It was just senseless ego, and just pride, and then alcohol, drugs mixed into it. Shit like this happens.
Make this be known. This ain't got nothing to do with rap music. So I hate when rappers say, "Oh, this is proof that rap is the most dangerous profession." No, it's the culture surrounding rap. It's a bunch of street stuff going on.
The glorification.
Where if you're in an environment and you're a millionaire, Takeoff and Quavo could have went and gambled in Vegas. The utmost of security there and the bestest of time. This type of ghetto nonsense ain't happening. But what is it? As rappers and people have embraced street culture, black culture, people also assume that you're going to be a famous rapper and go anywhere and just be in a dice game and have arguments with dudes who are all from a certain environment and nothing's going to happen. This ain't got nothing to do with music or rap. This got to do with the personnel that were there. You got a bunch of dudes who are street dudes who are there, who don't like argument. And let me just tell you something about, unfortunately, this is the facts about our culture.
If you can't handle, like, constructive African-American criticism, shit talking, you can't handle that, then why are you dishing it out? But then once again, this all mixed in with the drugs, the alcohol, people get a little, little brave, extra brave. And then we're not going to, like, play the videos of, like, what happened exactly. I thought he was going to do it in this, but he does not. Maybe if we...
I'm actually glad that he didn't. I don't want to see that.
Well, there was he did a live stream, like, not showing, like, the body or anything like that, because there's, terrible videos out there showing the actual murder, but, like, he was showing all the seconds before it transpired and showing who had the gun, who was the actual shooter, more than likely. By the time this is out, you probably already know, honestly, but it's just all bad everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I almost feel like those types of details don't even matter, whether it was, like...
Which ones?
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, whether, what was transpiring beforehand. We already know it wasn't related to music. The point is, it was senseless. I mean, it wasn't over the dice game specifically, but the argument started over, while they were partaking in the dice game. Yeah. It's senseless.
They started making it more than just the dice game, like he was saying, started just talking about...
Instead of just walking away, it's very unfortunate. Like, I honestly was hurt. My spirit was hurt when I read that Tuesday morning. I woke up and that was the first thing I saw after I did my meditation, my prayer. That's the first thing that I saw.
Yeah.
I was hurt.
Me too.
I almost feel like if it were over something more meaningful, I feel like it might be, I don't know. I almost feel like it wouldn't hurt as bad, but because it was literally over something that was literally pointless.
It was more impactful because of the senselessness.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And I feel like it really is unfortunate.
It hits differently because of that. Just to put context to it, Takeoff wasn't even like gambling. He was there just for Quavo, like in a sense. Like Quavo was the one gambling with whoever. Takeoff was just there, just smoking, chilling, and being there for his homeboys, right? And then like things started popping off. Quavo was trying to leave and turns his back, and that's when shit, started. People started shooting, and then body drop, gets shot like twice in the meantime, and that's crazy.
We don't know how to deal with resolving issues, de-escalating stuff. I also talked about the people that was with Takeoff and Quavo. They're not real security. You know what homie security don't know how to do? De-escalate. Yo, let me just remove one person from the situation that we don't get to the guns. When you have the homies around, they only know one gear. Go. Unfortunately, this is what happens when you put a bunch of hood niggas in a room. Dudes some getting legal money, some getting street money, some getting rap money. This ain't rap. This is a culture that we've all embraced. This is a culture that we all promote. This is what happens. And unfortunately, we're sitting here trying to pick up the pieces, trying to make sense of another senseless murder. Rest in peace to Takeoff. The more we find out about this situation, we just get to realize, again, he probably had the worst luck of anybody that day.
Oh, that's exactly right. Like, I don't know what else to say. What else hasn't been said already? When we have all these senseless murders, and it's not just like this, but I mean, say for instance, like Nipsey Hussle, PNB Rock was another one, and just those are more of like actual, I guess, street gang related shit, or just problems with the community when it comes to like altercations versus just talking and shit talking or whatever. But it doesn't have to end that way. It never has to end that way. The conversations can happen. You can be more of a man from either walking away or just having that conversation, be able to just talk about it. I'm going to take this person's life and make sure they don't see their family, and their family members don't see them again because they disrespected me.
It's just ridiculous. I mean, because when you think about it, it's like the only people we can really count on are ourselves. Like, everybody else is out here preying on our downfall.
Right.
Because of that, we absolutely should be tighter. We actually should be a community and not kind of just at odds with each other. You have black men that are at odds with black women and vice versa. You have black women at odds with black women. You have black men at odds with black men. Like, it's very unnecessary. The bigger picture of all of this is like, we are the only ones that really can have our back. Like, we absolutely have to come together, because this is pointless. Have to make better decisions. I mean, it's like, just like the gentleman pointed out, it's like, if you wanted to gamble, you didn't have to gamble there.
Right.
Like, even if you didn't want to go to, I don't know where this was, even if you didn't want to go to Vegas to gamble, you have the money to take a bus, a plane, anywhere to get someplace to gamble that is safe and is not in a toxic environment like that. Hopefully this really opens our eyes and helps us to see and realize that this is no longer conducive for our growth. It never was conducive for our growth, but this absolutely is not conducive for our growth. This was
not happy video, but just the ugly truth of what we need to talk about. This is part of the channel, really. The good and the bad and the ugly. And this is the ugly, the senseless violence, the killings that happen in our community. And it is more on black men, not black women. We just have to do better. Thank you guys so much for checking out another episode of The Bridge Reacts. Please subscribe, hit that like button if you love the video, love our content, love us, the vibe. Check out DJ Academics, his video as well. Check out our Instagram live on The Bridge Between Us to set up I can't
an interview.
Thank you. You're supposed to be doing the outro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you kind of just took it.
I just took it. Yeah, good.
Go ahead and change the color of that like button. Hit the bell notification so you know every time we upload. Go ahead and show us some love in the comments. Leave us some suggestions, things you'd like us to react to, talk about, discuss.
Yeah.
We are here for you. We're here for us. I love that.
You like that?
I do.
Stay beautiful, stay black, and
stay dangerous.
Yes, we'll see you on the next episode.
Adios.